What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I want to give you guys some quick Atlanta Falcons news, and I also want to talk about our new free agent signing, Fabian Moreau. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys for continuing to tune in to the channel. I thank you guys for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. Continue to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you would like to follow your boy on Twitter, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So first off, in Atlanta Falcons news, Matt Gono, our offensive tackle, did sign his franchise tender today. So he will be back with our Atlanta Falcons this upcoming season on a one-year deal. Matt Gono is one of the best young offensive linemen on our Atlanta Falcons team. He's very versatile. He can play both right tackle, left tackle, and he played a little bit of guard last year as well when we battled injuries. As you know, earlier this offseason, we did cut James Carpenter, who was our starting left guard. So I definitely think that Matt Gono could possibly become the starting left guard for our Atlanta Falcons, depending on who we decide to draft in this upcoming draft next month. So, keep your eyes peeled because I do believe that Matt Gono could possibly be that starting guard if we don't go out and draft someone who can come in and fill that role. I love what I seen last year out of a player like Matt Gono when he did get into the game and was that rotational piece, that rotational starter. He did a really good job against the Chargers, facing, I believe it's Joey Bosa, facing him, facing one of the better defensive ends in the game in Joey Bosa. He pretty much kept him quiet the whole game when we went up against the LA Chargers. He also did a good job playing that guard position when we faced the Kansas City Chiefs, going up against a player like Chris Jones, who's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. He pretty much held his own in both of those matchups when he actually got into the game or he actually got to play. So I do think that Matt Gono deserves a fair opportunity to possibly be the starting left guard. With Arthur Smith having background playing offensive line in college at North Carolina University, I really think that he knows how to develop offensive line talent in the run game. He knows how to scheme up, different run schemes, and he's good at helping the offensive line gel. So I definitely think that Matt Gono is one of those guys that could possibly be an Atlanta Falcon, not just for this upcoming season, but if he has a really good season and if he does get that starting role at the left guard, he could be a player that gets extended by our Atlanta Falcons if he has a great season. So that's definitely something to look out for this upcoming season. But with that being said, I also want to talk about yesterday we did sign Fabian Moreau. He's a defensive back, former Washington football team defensive back. Fabian Moreau last year had 2 interceptions. He is one of those rotational type corners. I believe for the Washington football team, he was their number 2 corner. But he definitely had a pretty solid season last year. This guy's 26 years old, about 6 feet tall, has really long arms. And from what I've seen out of his college tape coming into the league, I believe he came in the league in 2017. He was drafted out of the University of UCLA. I believe he ran like a 4.3 40 coming into the league, and he had a pretty good vertical jump as well at the combine. So I definitely think that Fabian Moreau is one of these guys that's very athletic, a player that is coming in on a one-year deal, and he's another rotational type guy that we're bringing in. He could possibly be that number 2 cornerback behind A.J. Terrell. And I definitely think Fabian Moreau is going to be able to play a big role for our Atlanta Falcons this year. As I've always stated, you don't have to have elite corners or 2 elite corners or great corners if you have a solid pass rush. And I think the Falcons are doing a good job of bringing in these depth pieces. We're signing a lot of guys to 1 and 2 year deals, which I think is the right move right about now because we don't have a lot of money due to us being in cap hell right now. But I think we're bringing in some really solid pieces to help this defense. And I do think that Fabian Moreau is one of the better young corners in the game, a solid player, not a Pro Bowler, but he's one of these guys just like Eric Harris, Barkevious Mingo that we signed earlier, a guy that can come in and play a role on this team. And I definitely think that he's going to add depth. One thing about Terry Fontenot, who we brung over from the New Orleans Saints, he is one of those guys that understands how to bring in young talent, how to develop young talent, and definitely he has an eye for young talent. So I definitely think with Terry Fontenot having a background in scouting when he was with the New Orleans Saints, I definitely think that him, Dean Pease, and all of these the guys in this new regime, they're bringing in guys that's going to know how to play in this system. And Dean Pease is one of those guys that he's going to know how to use these young pieces that we're bringing in to the best of their ability. And I'm really liking, the young signings we're bringing in, a lot of these young guys and these veteran guys that can play a key role on this defense. And I think that Fabian Moreau is just another one of those guys that's going to be a role player, going to come in and be a glue guy, a guy who's been in the league for about 3 years now. And he's just a pretty decent corner. If you go watch his tape last year, he did a pretty good job playing that number 2 corner there for the Washington football team. And if we're able to develop a pass rush and bring in more pass rushers, I really think that a lot of these young corners that we have are just going to continue to get better. The Isaiah Olivers of the world, the Kendall Sheffields, all of these young guys that we have on the team. I think that these guys are going to just continue to get better and better, especially under a veteran coach like a Dean Pease, who's going to put these guys in situations where they can succeed. Excuse me. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of the signings of Fabian Moreau. I definitely think that he's a very solid corner in this league, and I feel like all of the signings all of these players that we've brung in free agency, I think are very solid players. Barkevious Mingo, Mike Davis at the running back position, Eric Harris, the safety. I think all of these guys that we brought in are really solid players. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the signing of Fabian Moreau. Also, if you have a player that you would like me to do a breakdown on, definitely leave that comment below. If you have a player that you would like me to look in as the draft approaches or continues to approach as we get closer to the draft, definitely leave those comments below if it's some players that you would like me to take a look at. But so far, I think that the Falcons have done a pretty good job so far in free agency of trying to build this roster, with the best way possible, being that, we are extremely, close to the cap. So we have to bring in these 1 year, 2 year type players. But I think that the guys they brought in some really solid players. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. You guys let me know what you think of the video. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. If you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate you guys hitting that like button, or hitting that subscribe button for your boy. But with that being said, this been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.